Oh, this is Colin Taylor from the Taylor Reach Group, and I'm here with Carla Kearns from Summerhill. And we are going to chat a little bit about some of the fun and exciting adventures you've been having at Summerhill and how it's had something to do with the Taylor Reach Group.
Sounds great.
Carla?
Okay. I'm the National Director of Retire Ride, which is Canada's national vehicle recycling program. And that is a very significant program within the Summerhill Impact Group. And our mandate for this program is to take high-polluting cars that are model year 1995 or older off the road and improving the air quality and also ensuring that these cars are recycled in a sustainable manner. We work with an enormous amount of stakeholders. We work with Environment Canada, with the Government of Canada. We work with not-for-profit agencies across the country. In each province, we work with call centers. We work with over 300 qualified recyclers. And so we have a lot of people that we are working with to run this program, not to mention the general public. And we have, we're well on track to exceed our goals, our original goals for the program.
And what were the original goals?
The original goals were 50,000 cars a year. We have increased that because in the first year we cleared more than 64,000. And we definitely believe that in the second year of the program, we will increase what we did last year.
That's fantastic. Now you've mentioned call centers. You have how many call centers nationally?
Well, we have a call center in each province, which is great because it means that we're able to work with call centers and not-for-profits in each province. We're building their capacity, and also there is local representation for the program. But it's also challenging because instead of working with one centralized call center where everything can be highly streamlined and efficient, it was a mandate to build all these regional capacities. So it doesn't always lend itself to being the most effective, let's say efficient operational structure.
Yeah, because these aren't your call centers.
Right.
So they're partner centers, and you've got half a dozen different organizations.
More than that.
Yes. So it's endlessly interesting is what you're saying. So what was it about the program and about where you got to in terms of the different call centers that led you to take Taylor Reach Group in the first place?
Well, what we really wanted to do was ultimately standardize and improve our service to the participants. So we wanted to make sure that there's a consistent and predictable process across the board, and that everybody understood what that baseline was that we're working with, that we're able to communicate that with confidence to the general public, and that we're able to bring our partners up to speed if they weren't necessarily there. If we had to identify what were some of the challenges, where we had to build capacity, and when we started thinking about it, we thought, oh, this is something we can probably just have somebody do in their spare time, figure this out. And then, it was like pulling a thread out of a sweater when you realize, oh my gosh, okay, not only does no one have time, we don't have the skill set, we don't have the capacity, we don't know the right questions to ask, we don't know what to look for. And we realized that it was going to be a huge process to go through. We also felt like there were some national challenges that we had. We have a national imperative to run a bilingual program, but we have some call centers in some regions, for instance, say Alberta, where there's not a big bilingual population. It's difficult for them to hire bilingual call center staff,
and they're not negligible.
Exactly. So we're also looking to seek out operational efficiencies, I guess.
Excellent. Now we set out and sent people in both directions. Coming out from Toronto and visited every single call center you have, and then came back with this wonderful report with process maps and recommendations. What benefits have you found and been able to implement from those recommendations?
Well, I think first of all, part of it was being able to say that these are expert recommendations. These are not our opinion. These are not. This is the value of an external consultant coming in and saying, look, here's what we're able to see. And that also that you guys really had big picture view by having the staff and the capacity to visit all our call centers in what I recall is fairly unrealistic time period, and being able to leverage all your previous experience. I mean, one of the things that was really helpful when we started talking to you guys is we had to vet a number of different consultants. Mm-hmm. And I think with the breadth of experience that you had, you understood what we were talking about. We didn't have to explain what it was like working with not-for-profits. And so you're able to walk in and say, okay, then what you're probably seeing is this. And what it looks like is this. But also you were open enough that you didn't come in with a pre-formed set of solutions before you had actually gone through this exercise to view all of our call centers. So, and then it was really challenging a lot of our perceptions. You know, some of the things that you guys came back with, we wouldn't have ever thought was possible.
Mm-hmm. It wasn't on your radar before.
It wasn't on our radar before. And even when you mentioned to us, we're like, no, we can't possibly do that. And then helping us understand what the real value was. And also coming back with things that weren't on our radar screen, weren't in the scope of work, but also recommendations to like, oh, and by the way, we noticed this, and this is something you need to address. And so it was just a very, very thoughtful, hands-on approach. And you know, we're not in the business of running a call center. We really needed a lot of help and a lot of guidance and
didn't really want to be in the business of running.
No.